What's good, grind schoolers? It's your boy Rob, and we back in the shop today. Before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you get a notification every single time we drop another video. I'm trying to pump out this content as much as I can. I'm trying to drop 2 times a week on Sunday and Thursday because I'm doing a lot to this El Camino specifically, and we're knocking it out. We're getting it all done. So go ahead and do that for me. And if it's not too hard to ask, go ahead and share with a friend that might like the videos. But anyways, man, what we're gonna do today is we are going to test fit one of the Iroc'S onto the El Camino. Now, as you know, anybody that's probably watching this channel is probably a G-body fan, whatever. We all know that the G-body frame is jacked up. It doesn't allow for wider tires, so you either got to get a notch, you got to run wheel spacers and all that kind of stuff. So I want to test fit the Iroc because I want to get the right thickness on the spacer, and what I'm hoping is I can just get by with like a 1/4 inch or whatever, 1/2 inch maybe, just so that I'm not running the wheel spacers that like go onto the hub and then they have studs in them, so that my wheel is on the hub still. That's pretty much what I'm aiming for. If I can't, then whatever it is, what it is, I'll just run the thicker wheel spacer with a for the time being until I can get the frame notch. But that's neither here nor there. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna test fit the wheel and see if we can knock it out. And then also too, we're going to probably continue body work. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll probably continue the body work and keep moving on that stuff just so that we can get all that stuff done. But pretty much that's all I really want to do, is I just want to make sure that the Iroc is good, make sure that, the spacer that I order is the correct one. And then once I get the spacer in, we'll go ahead and throw the wheels on. One of my previous videos, I said that I didn't want to put the Irocs on the front end just yet, just because of the simple fact that the front end is kind of weak, the ball joints are weak and all that kind of stuff, and putting on a heavier wheel is gonna just put more stress on the front end of the car. However, the car is not going to move. It's not gonna move up and down the street or around the block or none of that for probably a little while, probably about 1.5 months, because now we're to the point where I'm taking everything apart. I'm doing what's necessary to get the car into primer and paint and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing. We got to get this wheel off. We got to figure out what is going to be what's going to work for it, and then after I get the spacers and stuff like that, I'll go ahead and put the Irocs on there. In the process of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to undercoat the underside, and then we're going to hit the frame with the rust encapsulator and also the chassis paint when I put the Irocs on and stuff like that, because the wheels will already be off the car. I'll be able to knock that out. Now just be one more thing knocked out, and then, you know, just keep on working. So anyways, man, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this wheel off, and then we'll figure out what we need to do next in order to get everything ready. So let's go ahead and get to it. So we got the wheel and tire off of the Camaro, but you can see why I want to hit the frame off. Look how bad it looks up under here, man. That's no joke. It looks pretty hideous. So anyways, man, if you could see how close this drum is to the frame, that's the reason why G-bodies have an issue with throwing rims on them. So pretty much what I'm trying to do is I want to kind of measure to see how much space I actually have in order to put this wheel on to the hub. So pretty much what we're gonna do is throw it on there. It's not gonna seat flush because obviously it'll run into the frame. which sucks. But we'll see what kind of clearance we got and stuff like that, and then we'll order the right stuff. Eventually this will get notched so that I can fit a bigger wheel and tire, and we're gonna get rid of all this trash, this nasty spring back here, this shock. We're gonna go ahead and go with a whole coilover setup and all that kind of good jazz. But yeah, man, this thing looks hideous up under here. So we're gonna go ahead and knock all this stuff out. And like I said, man, I hate running drum brakes with rims, because drum brakes are terrible. They're terrible looking, you know, they don't have the best stopping power and all that kind of good stuff. So anyways, man, let me go ahead and throw this wheel up on there, test fit it, see what kind of space and clearance we got, and then we'll probably switch up the wheels on the Camaro. We'll probably take these Iroc'S back off, throw those back on, and just run it like that, because I'm not really comfortable running these Iroc'S on my car. I know I need new tires, but I don't know what's, you know, I'm not really thrilled about trying to run these on my car. So anyways, man, what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw that on, we'll figure it out, and then we'll go ahead and make it do what it do. We also got to measure for the Camaro too, so we're hitting 2 birds, 1 stone. We'll test fit and see where we're at. All right, y'all, so we got the wheels on, sitting on there. I think they look pretty dope. So this front one, we may have a problem with the car turning in this bumper. So I may have to do even more modification and pretty much undo what I did and probably just cut that off and make it so that it's straight or whatever. Not really 100% sure just yet. I'm gonna see how much I need to cut out. I'm gonna lift the car up and I'm gonna turn it and see what happens. Back here, obviously, like I said, I'm gonna need a spacer. I did get the wheel on, and it is flush up against the brake drum. But if you look up under here, there is no clearance at all for the wheel to even move. So I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully order a 1/4 inch, and hopefully that does the trick. I'm not 100% sure. I think it should be okay with a 1/4 inch spacer. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, because the hub is about a 1/2 inch. And like I said, I do want it to be sitting on the hub. So we are gonna probably do a 1/4 inch spacer, see if that works. If it doesn't, we'll send it back and get a bigger spacer. I did throw the wheels back on the Camaro. Pretty much what I'm gonna have to do is just get new tires. That's not that big of a deal. It is what it is. And then this one, I measured back there. It's probably about the thickness of my finger, so probably about a 1/2 inch space in between this tire and the frame. So what I'll probably do is put that tire up against this one and measure it and see if that's pretty much about what it's gonna be. We're gonna go ahead and take this last one off, and then the Elko will be sitting on some nice Iroc 22s. And in one of my previous videos, I had stated that I had seen these on the Elko, and the Elko looked like it was sitting a little bit too high. I think that looks almost perfect. You know, there's not really too much wheel gap, especially in the front. But what we might have to do is, what we're going to do is we're still gonna lower it, because I want this to be sitting down on the tire. So probably about an 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches. I want it to be sitting right down on the tire, so you can't even see the top of the tire. That's how I like my cars to be. The only car that is not really like that is the Camaro in the back. The back tire is not, it's not sitting down on the tire, but you know, I want this to be right down on the tire. So let me go ahead and get this last tire off and throw this on here. And then, like I said, this car will just be pretty much sitting like this until you know, I'm ready to move it. But I will order my spacers, put them on, and then I should be able to let it rock the way it is. We might actually test drive it. I did say it was gonna sit in here. I might test drive it once I put on the spacers, just to see what it actually is gonna be. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and knock the rest of it out, and then we'll chop it after we're done. All right, y'all, so I got the car lifted up in the front a little bit. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the wheel, and obviously this is a little bit skewed just because of the simple fact that the car is lifted up. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the wheel, but I had to lift it up so that I can turn the wheel, because this thing does not have power steering. So as you can see, it looks like we're gonna run into an issue there. So pretty much what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to cut this whole piece out of there. So it's gonna have to come straight down like that, because I think if I'll clear it if I can get all the way in there. And I believe I'll be able to clear the fender on the inside, so that shouldn't be an issue. But let me turn it the other way and see what we come up with. So turning that way is good. So turning outside is good, gonna be good. Turning inside is gonna be an issue. As you can see, it's contacting that. So probably right here is what we're gonna have to cut out. So it kind of sucks that I did my modification that I made or whatever, but I guess now since it's gonna be like that, we're just gonna cut it out. So I'll probably mark it. I'll probably snatch that other piece out, because even though it is nice and firm, it doesn't matter. I guess maybe I'll just cut it once this dries up and everything is all good. I'll still cut it so that we can still get some type of curvature, and then we'll cut it probably right there, and then we shouldn't have any problems turning or nothing like that. But yeah, that's pretty good, man. I think that's gonna do it for today, man. I think it looks stupid dope, man. Like I said, I was gonna wait for a while to go ahead and throw the rims on, but I decided to just go ahead and go after it. So anyways, man, let me go ahead and drop the car back down, clean up all the rest of this stuff, and then I'll chop it with y'all in a second. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. The rocks are on the Elko. I pretty much kind of measured for what I needed as far as the spacer goes. Hopefully a 1/4 inch works. There's not that much clearance back there. It is rubbing up against the frame. It's like really tight up in there, so we'll have to figure that out. Hopefully a 1/4 inch works, because the hub is a 1/2 inch wide. So if that's the case, hey, we're gonna be good to go, man. Everything gonna be solid. The car is definitely sitting a lot higher, you know what I'm saying? Obviously it's bigger wheels on it, but man, I think it looks pretty dope, even how it's sitting like it's sitting right now, man. But yeah, man, I just wanted to pretty much test fit so I could order what I need to order to keep it moving along. And that's pretty much all I did today. And now we're gonna have to pretty much modify the bumper to make sure that it fits. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you get a notification every single time we drop another video. Things are moving right along. I love the way this thing is sitting. I can't wait for the Impala to come home, because to have these two things side by side, sitting how they're sitting, plus painted, man, blessed. That's all I can say, man, is blessed. And then obviously too with my Camaro, man, I can't wait to take the picture with all three of them just like next to each other, just looking so clean. So anyways, man, like I said, that's gonna do it. We still got a lot of work to do. We still grinding, we still working hard on it. But yeah, so anyways, man, that's it. Always remember, work hard so you can live free.